Good afternoon and welcome to Willow Oak Farm. It has been an interesting few days, to say the least. So stick around, let me show you what's been going on. Well, it's day 18, and what that means is we need to take our egg turner out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all the eggs out and just put them in an egg carton temporarily, and then we're going to take the egg turner out and lay them on the side. So stay with us. Okay, well there you go. We've taken our egg turner out. We've laid our eggs in there, if it's put top back on, and what they say do is raise the humidity between 55 to 65%. Now up to now, you should have been running it between 45 and 55. But if you paid attention, I've been having a heck of a time keeping it in that range. It's either run up over 60%, or either I'll leave it alone and it'll drop down under that 45%. So my humidity's been running high the whole time. Now, is that going to affect it or not? I don't know. I hope not. So we're going to get our humidity up there a little higher, between 55 and 65, where it's been running. So 3 more days, we ought to hopefully hear some peeps. Stay tuned. Well, it is Wednesday, September 25th. Hurricane Helene is on the way. And guess what? We just had a calf. Anytime you got a front coming in, those things happen. As you can see, it was just born. I'm gonna reach down here and see if I can see the gender. And what we have is a little boy calf. Little bull calf. Now this is out of our Red Angus bull that was sold a few months back. So storms on the way, heavy rains on the way, and a new calf, but he is healthy. Well, it is Thursday. It's day 20 on the egg hatching. And I just walked in the door and I walked by my wife and I said, "What is that?" Now listen, I said, "I hear something chirping." Can you hear that? I came over here and looked in the window. Look right there. There's the first one.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's such a little baby.
So there's the first one. It's a day early, but storms are coming. So like I said on the calf that was born yesterday, I guess this front coming in works on chickens too, chicken eggs. So first one has come, day 20. So we'll watch for more. Well, let's do a Friday morning update. Friday morning about, let's see what time it is, 7:50. Power's been out for about an hour here now. It's flickered on and off all night. The remnants of Hurricane or Tropical Storm Helene rolling through, about the worst wind I've ever seen in our area. I've got the generator going, got my incubator plugged back in because we have chicks hatching. Today is day 21. We've had 5 to hatch already. Started yesterday. It looked like a couple more trying. We've got a little generator plugged in, got the incubator going, news on TV, a lamp going. And let me give you a little peep outside right quick if I can. Whoa. Yes, it is pretty rough around here. So just want to give you an update. We'll check back in later. This stuff's supposed to be out of here in about an hour to an hour and a half, I think. We're in the worst of it right now, so let's just hope our chicks do okay. Our generator keeps up the good work. Well, it's been a few days, but we're back. Today is Tuesday, October the 1st, and if you can hear in the background, got my little generator going. Tropical storm Helene has passed, and we're in recovery mode. The sun's out. Bad storm. We had exactly 11 inches of rain over a 3-day period here. Massive amount of damage in the upstate from South Carolina, where I live. Northern Greenville County, to be exact, is where I live. Just the worst I've ever seen it in my life. Duke Energy says it's the worst they've ever had it. They're working tirelessly to get power back on. We've been out for several days now. Neighbors right down the road here, theirs came back out on yesterday. So they're slowly getting it on. We've had it bad here, a lot of damage, but not near as bad as a lot of counties around us, especially up in North Carolina, just 45 minutes from it. But anyway, I want to take you around and show you a few things of some of the damage we got. But first, let's go inside. Let's talk about the baby chicks. We did have a few to hatch out. Well, we're back inside here, and as you see, I got power cords running everywhere. We're plugged into our generator outside, and we've been fortunate. I've got a little 3400 watt generator, been running on propane. So I got television, got internet, got 2 or 3 lamps I'm plugged in. Got my redneck chandeliers hanging right there, work great. Got 2 refrigerators and freezer that are running, staying cold. So we've been fortunate. We've had it pretty good. But right off here in the corner, you see our incubator's gone, and there's a few little chicks down in there. Got 7 of them. And we'll talk about a little later. We got 3 of the yellow ones, and I'm going to say those are out of our Red Star or Ace of Brown hybrids. And the 4 dark ones, I'm saying they're going to be out of our Billy Filter chicks. So I got to get them cleaned up and out of here, something a little bigger, but the last few days we've been having to make do. And as I say, we got 7 chicks, bad hatch out of 21 eggs, a third. That's the worst I've ever seen it. I usually have a few that don't hatch, but I've never had this big of a problem. I know the first time I ever used this machine, it held 42 eggs. And I said, well, I'll put 42 in it, probably 1/3 of them hatch. And I've been doggone 38 of them hatched. But this time, not exactly sure what the problem was. I had a problem to get-go keeping the humidity regulated. Well, then the day before they were due to start hatching, bam, storm came through, lost power. So it's fluctuating for a little while up and down so I can get the generators hooked up and get it back up. So I don't know if it was just a power temperature fluctuation right there on the tail end or what. But thankfully we got 7, so we'll keep our eye on them and see what happens. Like I say, we're fortunate to have what we have. Got a little fan running. The weather's been pleasant, so we are surviving, doing good. It's not too hot here, so we've been doing great. So anyway, let's go outside and take a look around. Well, we'll come down the driveway. If you look right here inside this gate, you see there's a tree down right here. And we've already started working it up, got the top cut out of it. So we're trying to get it a little bit at a time. So it's down. There's some more down in there. We'll ride down there in a minute. And if you look right up there in the pasture on this side, you see that big tree down right there. There's another one on the other side of it that's leaning. Now here are our cows. They're all doing good. Luckily, I had all the cows in this pasture up here, and I had no trees on the fences here. And down the lower pasture, I had a lot of trees on fences. We'll look at that in a minute. But thank goodness I had no livestock there. And I don't know if you can see laying right there in front of that black cow. There was a little baby, a little bull calf that was born the day before the tropical storm came through. And he was out here in that mess, all the rain, and he's a tough little rascal because he is doing good. No worries. Now my driveway just washed all the pieces. Got a long gravel driveway. The guy came earlier, started hauling a little gravel in here, but this first load he came with, it's still so wet, like they never got it out of the truck, so he's gonna wait a few days before he comes in here with some more. But there is another tree. That's where my oldest son lives. Huge tree right there. But it fell this direction. It didn't fall on any fences. Then you come right over here, this corner at my granddaughter's little house here. Had two trees fall here, and as you see, we got them worked up. Brush piled. Got the logs right over there. So we got them off the fence. I haven't repaired my fence yet, but I say nothing's back here. But thankfully, throughout all this mess, we had no structural damage. No trees on anybody's houses, no damage to anybody's houses. Just trees down in the pasture, trees down on fences, but no damage. The biggest problem we had, no power. But we're all on public water, so we had water, and we got that little generator, so we're doing great. As we get on back here, you see we got trees down here. There's a tree down. There's another tree down. And here's our fence line right here in front of us. There's a little limb there. It won't be a problem to get off. Tree down. But as you come on down this side right here, that's where you can see my fence in there. There's another tree on the fence right here. But this back corner right here really got it. You look right down through here, all those trees on that other piece of property fell this direction. So it's like a war zone back in here. I don't know what we're going to do unless I just get a machine in here and cut my fence and then push all this stuff back to the other side where they came from, and then replace my fence. So we'll wait and see, but this is really a mess back in here. Now as we get down here to the bottoms, all three of these little ponds were completely underwater. We had like one big pond down here, like one big lake rather. And you see straight ahead, there's a tree down right there over the fence. So we'll have to work it off. And right down here, I think I showed you in a couple of videos back where we had a tree down on this back corner. We cut it up. We piled all the brush right here in this dark spot. Well, guess what? It's gone. It washed away. I guess that's what's all on my fences. Then this tree right here down. And don't you look at those fence posts right there. They just washed out of the ground. So we've got some work to do down here. Come over here to the other side of this tree, you can see that wall of water just pushed that fence out. We got to do some repair there. But you can see all the trash out here on the grass. I mean, this is how high the water came up. It completely submerged these ponds. Here's back over here. Fence, and you can see all the sand that washed up out of the river and all the debris on the fences right there. So we got to get down here and just clean all this debris off the fences. I'm not gonna go on down through here because it's awful boggy, it's awful wet still down here, but let me just walk down here a little bit. Won't you look at all this sand that washed up out of the river there. Get this cleaned up, I'll have my own private beach out here, won't I? Think I'm at Cancun. But look at that mess. But even though we've got a lot of destruction here, a lot of trees down, a lot of fences, listen, we're fine. We're in good shape. Our power will come back on in a day or two, I'm sure. No damage to any structures. Nobody got hurt. Livestock's good. Because there are a lot of people in our area of the country, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, that their lives have been turned upside down. I mean, they've lost everything. So we'll get this eventually and go on down the road. But thank God the sun's shining now, and we'll get back to normal. Well, you see my cows back there behind me in the pasture out there laying down. Let me tell you about that. About 2 or 3 nights ago, it was already dark. Had a neighbor to call and say, I think your cows are out. And any of y'all that have livestock, no. My heart sunk, got sick in my stomach. I said, oh no, let me go check. So I called my son, who lives right across the pasture there, told him what the neighbor had said. I said, you get your flashlight, come from that way, I'll come from this way in the pasture. So we did, and luckily it was not our cows. They were not out. So my son said, I'm gonna ride around the block down the road and see if I see them, know who they are. While he did that, I came in the house and called the only 2 people I know near me that have cows. Both of them said, nope, not ours. So he took a picture of them. Let me show them to you and tell you about that. Well, here they are. They're the culprits out in the road. As you can see, it's dark. There's 3 black ones and 1 black baldy. Hopefully they'll stay out of the roads until their owner can find them and catch them. But as far as I know, they're still roaming. So if anybody knows if any cows are out in my area, let me know, please. Well, as you saw, we had a lot going on the last few days. Didn't have quite as good a hatch with the chicks as we wanted, but hey, things happen. Our little calf that was born the day before the storm rode through, he's doing great. Still got a lot of cleanup to do around here, but we'll get it. Luckily, we had a lot less damage than a lot of people. We're really fortunate. Little generator's doing a good job. Power will be back on in a day or 2. No sweat. I hope everybody stays safe and makes it through this ordeal okay. But anyway, next time we come back on, it's time to get in the garden. It's time to plant some fall crops. So that's what we're gonna get into on the next video. So until then, hope you have a great week.